My partner is leaving, what should I do? Accept the reality exactly as it is and as soon as you can. If you can, find out the exact reasons why they're leaving. Once you do, you have the following things in order. Broadly speaking, is it your fault or not? If you have sensibility, self compassion, and a good practice of looking at your own situations like a stranger, then you can considerably ascertain with respectable objectivity how much of it was your fault. This is important because different partners can create very dangerous narratives of blaming each other. Self awareness, empathy, and fairness and introspection are your tools to creating a well informed, balanced report. Now, if you know that this is done, their mind is made up, no matter how much you negotiate, you keep coming back to that this is over. Then, one, don't grovel, don't cry. This is the title of the next few months of your life. How can I get back on my feet as soon as possible? It's called the self preservation mode. Self preservation means it is time to look out for yourself. You need to primarily think of yourself. You have people in your life that love you very, very much. You need to focus and count on them the most. If you want to cry, cry alone. When you want to, let it out. You don't have to shame yourself for it. Don't fight it. Don't label it anything. Understand that this is a normal human procedure for dealing with loss of an attachment figure. You may not realize it, but if tears are indeed flowing, then you valued this human being. This is loss. Humans deal with loss by feeling sad. If they have indeed lost interest, you need to think for yourself because chances are they've already checked out. So in this case, break up ASAP. It can be mutual, but don't drag it. Be the initiator of it. They will see it as you being responsible, coming to terms, and being realistic about the situation. Broadly, there are two cases. One, you are being effed over. In that case, inform them that the baseline requirements of a healthy relationship for you are being loved, respected, and supported equally or more. Since they are not being met, you can't stay in this relationship. Out of the respect you have for yourself, you deserve to be loved fully in a healthy relationship. However, more than anybody, you need to tell this to yourself and believe it. In case you screwed them over during the course of your relationship, then just let them go peacefully. If you actually have gained some self awareness that you are very unfair to this person, then try to work on yourself. What does this mean? A lot of people say that, but nobody really explains how or what it means. It means three things. One, identify how you can be a piece of shit. Two, the triggers that activate that behavior. Three, the buffers you're going to put to avoid activation or nullify activation of these behaviors. For example, you can't help flirting with other people, which leads to cheating. You consume too much sexual material online, which creates a feedback loop in which the sexual material enables and boosts your cheating tendencies. But at the same time, you see newer, hotter girls or people that you would like to desire to have. What are the triggers? Dating apps, Instagram profiles you follow, going to clubs, your homepage, TikTok algorithm. You may not realize, but identifying and noting down your triggers in an exercise of solving them is highly important. In other circumstances, you may know that you do these things, but you can entirely ignore that knowledge, do nothing about it. Here, you're actively facing it. What are the buffers? You unfollow every single profile that triggers these thoughts. You click on not interested furiously whenever Insta or TikTok pushes models or OnlyFans girls or such people that trigger these feelings. This was just an example. You have to find out the pattern of your own piece of crap behaviors. Working on yourself is learning to discipline yourself. Next step, fully accept the pain that comes with the relationship ending. Pain from ending a relationship that is doomed to end is far shorter than pain from staying in it because you don't want to leave. Now, give yourself purposes attached to creativity, curiosity, and your true potential. Not just working out. You work out for an hour a day at most. You're going to get toasted by your emotions all day if you are thinking working out alone is going to save you. You have to look at yourself as a full person, creative, intelligent, strong, and full of potential. Find purposes related to all those aspects of your brilliant being. What is your creative goal? What is your intellectual goal? Creative goals and intellectual goals in many cases could be the same thing, may overlap highly. How do you become strong? Gym ensures physical strength as well as mental strength. But what about emotional strength? What about self efficacy, self belief, the strategies to make yourself work harder and to be able to forgive yourself when you mess up? Self forgiveness, self compassion, self friendliness are superpowers. Before seeking a companion in other person, you have to seek and find the greatest companion within yourself. You may have a best friend in life, but are you your own best friend in times of need, desperation, frustration, and failure? Do you look at yourself and see a being that you can communicate with, solve things with. Find a calm place where you look at the situation analytically and the future optimistically. Anger is fine. Frustration is fine, but only momentarily. They can give you a great push, but prolonged anger will work against you. Prolonged frustration will breed self hate. Lastly, what is your full potential? What are you? A neuroscientist, psychiatrist, engineer, musician, painter, filmmaker, writer? Your full potential would mean to become the best in it. Now, there is no such thing as the best in reality, but the concept and idea is necessary. In practicality, the concept means being at the highest level. So your goal should be to achieve the highest level in your thing. Next, you may be haunted by thoughts such as, will I ever find someone like them? She was special. 8 billion people in this world. The answer is, if you play your cards right, you will meet amazing humans throughout your life. At the same time, you will also meet plenty of wrong ones. Don't beat yourself up for dating or marrying the wrong person. There is no rule book to perfection. Even if you are the smartest person on the planet, you can and will date a person whose actions based on their personality will become or may become stifling, unbearable, are incompatible with yours, or unfair to you over the period of time, over the period of years. The point of being human is to make mistakes, and many relationships will turn out to be bad decisions as a whole. What we may suffer from is called hindsight bias. The eyesight of looking back in the past is always 10 out of 10. There are a lot of things that you only know now that you didn't know then. It is okay. The important questions are you taking care of yourself? If no, then start. Do you have dreams? If no, then start. Do you have loved ones? If no, then reconnect and find new. Do you have hobbies and interests? Start putting time in them. A lot of discourse online is women this and women that, men this and men that, make money, millionaire, la 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 la. Here's a general advice that too many intelligent people are not sharing with you. Having a partner is important without a doubt, but more important than that is having something that gives you meaning, purpose, a sense of aliveness, something that connects and speaks to your spirit. Doing it gives you meaning on an existential level. Doing it disconnects you from the material planes of reality. You should have things in your life that make you feel like you were born to do them. You can love a person a lot, but the purpose and meaning of your existence cannot be to fixate and attach to one Homo sapien from 8 billion Homo sapiens. I'm not downplaying relationships. You should love your partner madly if they love you madly too. But your being should be connected to a bunch of activities that transform and transcend you. Doing them gives you a jolt of youthful excitement like you just took a dip in the Lazarus pit. They should energize you on a spiritual, existential level. And they can be as simple as playing an instrument, writing a story, running as a lifestyle, helping other human beings in your chosen way, or even raising your children. These are all purposes. The question is, when you do that thing, when you interact with that thing, does the world entirely disappear? If you have these things, enough of them, then romantic relationships do not take over. They do not have the power to destroy your being. You are very capable of moving on from them. They continue to occupy the appropriate form and space, like the Radiohead song, Everything in Its Right Place. Another very important function of having these things is that they make you respect and love yourself. Before expecting to receive functional love, you have to become able to love yourself fully and functionally. That is the quintessential first step. The question is, do you love yourself? How many things do you do in your life normally and regularly that make you respect yourself, that are so enjoyable, that you love that you decided to do them, that you love yourself for doing them? That's self-care. A human understands love by learning and understanding the process of prioritizing and valuing the needs of those they want to love. If you want to love yourself, what are your needs that will yield satisfaction, happiness, and general well-being in your life? Similarly, if you want to love someone else, what are their needs that will increase their well-being, happiness, and satisfaction? The process is the same. Acknowledgement and action. Prioritize the fulfillment of needs that yield happiness, self-based happiness. What are your self-based needs? Not other-based needs. Self-based needs first. A lot of broken people filled with compensatory pride look for partners to control and validate that they are not broken. If you have emotional scars, the test of which is very simple, a very simple question: can you let go easily? Not just people, because a person with avoidant attachment will say, yeah, it takes me a second to move on from people. So not just human. Does it take you a second to let go of an insult, perceived offense, rejection, Social comparison. Or does it sit with you for days and you want revenge and destruction and anger rules over your actions? A secure person doesn't need others because they're not incomplete without others. You have yourself. And if yourself is a beautiful organism with ideas, purposes, goals, interests, activities, and a lot of self love, then you would understandably let people go. Self respect is one aspect of loving yourself. A narcissist may have a lot of self respect. Other aspects are recognizing the emotional fears and responses that come from your past: abandonment, divorce, abuse, unmet needs, lack of love, lack of safety, horrible accidents, or tragedy. Wanting to understand how these emotional fears and responses factor into your decision making in the present life, thinking about relationships in the present, and treatment of others in the present. This is all very important. I think this video has enough content to make you think for a second. It has asked you too many good questions. If you can start from the questions in the video, you can set yourself on the path of self knowledge and then self transcendence. A lot of things that you believe about yourself are illusions, plain lies. By gaining higher levels of perspectives about life and reality, and by gaining, I mean understanding, realizing, and applying, your perception of how you see yourself in relation to reality will elevate too. There is one kind of freedom on this planet that specifically matters and reigns supreme. It is the freedom in your mind from the chains of what you have told yourself about yourself. Control what you can as long as you can. And when you cannot, control yourself with grace and might. Remember that letting go too is self control. You can control everything that stands in opposition to wanting someone to leave. But it is so easy for you now that it feels like freedom. There is no effort anymore in controlling either you or other. But yet, you remain in total control of yourself with inner peace intact. You simply flow with the flow of reality. So, if she wants to leave, they want to leave, let them go. You have work to do with yourself. Like the Stoics, like the Buddhists, like the Hindu sages. Self work has more to do with your responses, your insecurities, your inability to find harmony with yourself. It is time to build a great life for yourself, not just materialistically, but holistically through the path of wisdom. This will make you busy. You need to be busy right now. Start with the questions in this video, even if you're not having a breakup. Thank you for watching.